Hey guys, how's it going? Crossgrave here once again. Here back with a quick deck update for Union Arena. This is my purple Ichigo Renji deck. I switched over to Renji just because I hear the rush with Renji is a lot better, so you can probably pull off some really good combos. This is my version, just to be more well-rounded all throughout. So here we go. Someone did ask me where I did get my action points from. I ordered them from Japan. Apparently they were kind of a gift of participation or showing up, and they were just handing them out to people who went to an event over there earlier this year. So I just loved it. It's Ichigo. It's his new Bankai, his Quincy Bankai. So I really wanted it, and yeah. So that's why I'm running 3 of them in my deck. Figured that was very appropriate. Just a different action point than what most people are running. But as far as my deck goes, pretty standard. 4 Ichigos, 4 Uryus, just to cycle through some cards as I'm playing him. 4 Renjis. You need the most amount of Ichigos and Renjis you can pull off, just so you can raid on top of them. I have 2 of the Tenji Uro. You sideline him, and you get to bring back a character just in case like I need to pull off an Ichigo or Renji back, or anything else, like one of the higher ones. If for whatever reason they get sent into my sideline, I can pull them back right on top of them real quick. I'm still doing 2 of the Orihimes, the 1 energy, 1 action point with 2 energy generating. She pulls back. She works very well with the Uryu. You put her down, she brings back 1 or less energy card back into your hand, so you can cycle through him through a little bit more. Great combination. For my 4 color triggers, I am running the Ichigo Kurosaki 1 energy, 1 action point color trigger, same as the Byakuya for the purple. Play 1 purple character with card with 2 or less energy required, 1 action point from your sideline. Set it to active onto your front line. He works as a really good trigger, just because usually you'll be, if for whatever reason these guys get sent down there, you'll get to bring them back. Because it is the 2 energy required, it also pairs well with my Kisuke and my blocker Orihime if for whatever reason they get sent. Kisuke I have just because he generates 2 energy, and then I am still running the double blocker Orihime. She's very strong. If you could pull her off very early, she's very helpful just because she's the double blocker. So not only is she a pretty good hitter very early on, but she also blocks 2 attacks just in case for whatever reason you don't want to sacrifice one of your other characters, or if for whatever reason your opponent gets to play off some other character cards with higher, she gives you the chance to save some of your life. But pretty much all of these cards can come back with the color trigger. It's a very good staple. You always want to run 4 of your color triggers. Moving up a little higher, just for raid material, I am running 2 of the 3 energy, 1 action Renjis. This is the alternate art. You get him as a participation prize for these tournaments that you're going to. I'm going to collect a couple more, but for now, I feel like 2 in the deck is good. So that would bring up my total to 6 total Renjis that I have in my deck. That way I can raid a top on. I like having him because once per turn, you send 2 cards from the top of your deck into your sideline, and then 1 character gets 500 BP. So you get to ramp up someone, and on top of that, you're feeding your sideline, which is what Ichigo needs. I am running both the 4 energy, 1 action point Ichigo that needs the 4 in the sideline to draw a card and it gets impact, and I'm running the 5 energy Ichigo that when he comes into play, you send 2 additional cards into your you put 2 cards from your deck into your sideline, and then for every card you sideline, you get to drop 500 BP from one of your opponent's characters. So the more you have in the sideline to feed this ability, and this ability is very helpful on top of just, unfortunately, you don't get to ramp him up, but you get to ramp up something else on the field. Maybe it's helpful. Maybe it would be helpful if you can pull them both off. You're sending 4 cards. You have the 4 energy 1 action point Ichigo, so you get to kick off his ability every single turn, gaining impact. I just want to make sure I'm feeding into my sideline. Sometimes that's a struggle in itself. I was definitely struggling having Byakuya's ability, having Ichigo's ability trying to kick off. I am not running I took off the Rukias just because she was not giving me enough. Yeah, totally skipped out on the Department of Research and Development. This card just lets you cycle through your deck. It's very helpful. It comes in. Sometimes you just don't have anything in your hand. And as opposed to losing an action point and only drawing 1 extra card, this card lets you choose what card you draw, on top of sending 1 card into your sideline. So once again, feeding into your sideline, and then the other 3 cards just go to the bottom of your deck. If for whatever reason you get to very late into the game, you might come out with something that you were hoping, that you're like, man, I don't want to send this to the bottom of the deck, but for whatever reason, if you had to, you chose. Always choose what order you're sending cards in, if for whatever particular reason, just to maximize how many Ichigos I can raid upon for whatever reason. I am running 4 of the 3 energy 1 action point Ichigos with the 3000 BP, double energy, and then when attacking, he gains 1000 BP. So he's just another heavy hitter. I'm running 12 Ichigos that I can raid upon. Easily one of the other final staples in the deck, your final triggers and Bankai. This card saves everyone's ass every so often. It taps one of your action points, but you gain an additional 1 back. So you tap 1 action point, and then you bring 2 back. So it brings itself back. It's a free cost. You just get an additional action point back. But it's also your final trigger. For whatever reason, it's in your life. Your opponent didn't choose it. I have yet to have a match where the final trigger kicks in, but I'm always prepared. I try to have Ichigos out with impact. I try to play it out so that I can always swing twice if for whatever reason there is a final trigger. I do not want it to be the saving grace for my opponent. I'm running the 4 Getsuga Tenshos. I have enough Ichigos. Obviously, I'm not running Byakuya for the Senbon Sakura. Essentially, I'm guaranteed to always have an Ichigo on the field, so I will always be able to kick off its second ability. The first ability being that you sideline one of your frontline characters, your opponent's characters, with 3,000 or less, but if Ichigo's on your field, it's 5,000, so you pretty much get to wipe out whatever's on the field and is your biggest threat. It's your special trigger too, so if it kicks off, your opponent hits you hard, and for whatever reason, he chooses this as your life, you get a sideline, whatever, like to save yourself from an attack or get rid of the biggest thing on the field. So you always want to be running your 4 of the special triggers, 4 of the final triggers, and 4 of the color triggers. Everything in the deck just synchronizes with it. It's very helpful. You don't want to be not having them because it's the max. Now getting into the raids, I'm running 3 of the Rengis. I am running a total of 6 of the raid materials. He's very helpful. So you pay 1 AP, 1 action point. This character gains damage 2. So if he hits your opponent directly, that's 2 life right there. And then if you raid it on top of a Renji, place the 4 cards from your sidelines into your removal area. If you do choose 1 character on your opponent's front line, it loses 3,000 BP. So you get to hopefully get rid of another character your opponent can block with. That way it's easier for Renji to hit your opponent directly with it. Very helpful card. Like I said, I'm running 6 Renji so I can raid upon him. I wish I could run more, but the way I chose to pick out my cards, I have more Ichigos. I have 3 of the 4 energy that gains impact, and then 5 of the Ichigo, or 4 Ichigos of the 5 energies, so that I can hopefully get rid of some heavy hitters that my opponent has on the field. I might actually switch it to 3 and then 4 of these just because I love the impact. The benefit of having Ichigo as opposed to Byakuya is it costs 1 card more from your sideline, but you get to draw a card. So you're cycling, it might give you a card that you need, it might give you something else that you're looking for, it might give you another Ichigo to raid upon, and you get the more you have on the field, the better it is. I definitely feel like it is a very fast flowing deck. You can make a lot of combos pop out. I love it. I cannot wait to try it. I will update you guys once I do get to try it, which will be tomorrow. Unfortunately, I do not have all the free time that I can to go to some of these tournaments, but I'm trying to go as often as I can, just because I have other responsibilities. I am married. I do have a child. My son loves these cards too. Hopefully he gets into it when he's a little bit older. Right now his fascination is Pokemon, which is why sometimes I upload Pokemon videos, because I'm childish too, and I like opening some packs, and he builds his collection slowly but surely, and we love it together. But thank you for tuning in. Please like and subscribe to hopefully hear from me soon. I'm just doing these videos more of as a hobby, kind of let me get some creative juice out, kind of talk about what I like, what I don't like, what I think about this. I do have some One Piece content coming out soon, so I hope to hear from you guys, your opinions, what you think, how I can upgrade. What are you guys doing as far as your locals? Are you interested in this game? If so, shoot me a message. Let me know if you have any questions. I will try my best. I'm nerding out with it, and I love it. And thank you guys for the opportunity and hearing me out. But once again, like and subscribe, and we'll see where this journey takes us. Thank you.